Hello, my lovely and wonderful punks. I hope you are all doing well. Hope you're having a good day so far. I'm continuing to do my best with the issues I'm having with teeth stuff. But other than that, I'm doing okay. Today, we are going to be starting Esoteric Ebb, which is a game I know very little about intentionally. I know that it was inspired by Disco Elysium. I know that the head developer of Disco Elysium that got fucking screwed over by Zaum has said that this is the kind of like inspired sequel he wants to see, and that he was a really big fan of the game. And I know that basically its gimmick is that it is a Dungeons and Dragons Pathfinder style fantasy world with the core 6 stats: strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma, as the Disco Elysium style voices in your head. But I don't know anything else other than that. I don't know if it's politically inspired. I don't know what the gameplay is going to be like. Yeah, but I am excited for it. So that's what we're doing today. Please let me know if the audio is too quiet, too loud, anything like that, and I will work on adjusting it. But the music has spiked and valleyed a little bit as I've been waiting here on the menu screen, so we might have to futz with it a bit more. Is chat weird? I mean, you guys are weird, but I don't know what by which means you mean. Also, hello, Drag. Hello, Sammy. Emmy, thank you for the care package. Sammy, thank you for being first. The bit behind Miv ain't working. It's working. I have been thinking about changing my whatever you would call this runner barrier, adjusting this such that the chat box is above my head. When I originally had this made by my good friend Molinaire, it was made for the 2D Mivlia, who's much shorter. And now that I've got a full model and I want to show off things like movement and facial movements and stuff like that, I'm a little bit taller on the right here, and so my head's blocking part of the chat, and I should probably adjust that at some point. But I don't have money, and I also don't want to like disrespect that Molly did this for me, so I would definitely want to like see if I could get Molly to make the update. Yeah, I want to make sure y'all can see my big bouncy giant slobber knocker tits. Exactly. I'm not small. Apologies to chat. You're gonna hear Emmy sniffling and blowing her nose a lot. Yeah, it'll be alright. I'm sure everyone will be alright. Thigh time? But that means you can't see my tits as well. Alright. If that's what you want. There we go. Shoes in the frame. Thank you for the Prime, Emmy. I'm surprised we still have that, but I'll take it. Hi, Cass. Welcome in. Seems like it is now, but it didn't pick up you doing a shout out. Weird. Firebot's up, right? Firebot is up. Okay. Alright. Thyme is your favorite herb? Buh. Alright, so I assume, I'm fairly certain that this game must have character creation, right? So if it's got character creation, I think we can do that together. Ended your sub, but guess you haven't run out yet? Yeah. Skunk, that's me! And that's also you! Hi, Jova! Thank you for shouting out, Jova. Yeah, it's working now. It is, yeah. Everyone make sure you check out Jova. They're lovely. They're a fantastic streamer, always comfy vibes. 2 skunks In esta economía? I know, right? Alright, yeah. New game. Pillar. Alright, here we go. Oh boy, we've got a lot to read. Alright, so we've got strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Lore. Every shepherd knows the song. It bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. Torn as lament. Folk prayer. Strength measures your body's, measures your natural bodily prowess. Jeez, I can't read. Prowess alongside a testosterone-fueled mindset. As a man, it is only proper for you to hone your figure and its capabilities. But why? To search for meaning is as vital as the struggle towards competency. Luckily, you already know your cause. To protect the innocent, to lead the weak, to sacrifice until nothing but your bones hit the pavement, to literally die. Become a zealot, regain your honor, set out on your divine mission. The cleric's unique take on strength. I believe we are a cleric. I think I have heard that. Man, ew, testosterone. It's more likely than you think. I love that emote so much. Yeah, Emmy will be okay. I'm sniffly today. I don't know if the pollen count is through the roof or something else. Uses. Higher strength allows you to equip more items. Be violent and or manly. Useful in encounters. Religious fervor and aesthetic nationalism. Increased manhood. I have to be strong to carry my massive schlong. A high-strength cleric votes for the party of Norvik, prays to his dead god, uses brute force on puzzles, punches big bad evil guys in the face, wants to become a real human hero, loves quests. Simple as. Simple as. A low-strength cleric is a weak, sniveling rat, bows to anyone stronger, can't handle the banter, gives up when the going gets tough, is afraid of women, and doesn't care about quests. Alright, dexterity. It is imperative to simply explain to these people that they have the right to choose. Belief in oneself is just. Wealth is built from within. Mariodoc, Moonwatch, Sights Beyond reads. Dexterity matter. God, I can read, I promise. You love the art? Oh yeah, it's really good. Dexterity measures natural reactivity, balance, and poise, the haste with which you express a witty remark or notice a nervous glance. And of course, your ability to gracefully avoid the consequences of your actions. It's all about risk versus reward. It is that feeling of self-preservation when everything falls apart around you, to grab as much as you can while the grabbing's good, to progress towards a new future full of freedom so that those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. I promise you, no one else will. Alright, so strength is fascism and dexterity is capitalism. With enough dexterity, you can steal anything. Pick locks, sneak, dodge traps, and roll initiative. React quickly as a dashing rogue. Become rich as a Republican reactionary. Just run away, dummy. A high dexterity cleric votes for the revolutionary free striders. Collects piles of shiny coins. Acts first in every encounter. Avoids trouble before it brews. Always has a witty reply. Looks out for himself. Takes big risks and wins every time. A low dexterity cleric takes big risks and fails every time. Doesn't notice anything in time. Stumbles over his own big feet. Drops the ball figuratively and literally. Is slow mentally and physically. Is dirt poor. Very embarrassing. Constitution. Sitambi. Always listen to your hungry stomach. The hedonist's a blind manifesto. Constitution measures your natural stamina, both mental and physical. It's how much you can take before going down. The world's harsh and unforgiving. It will beat you to a pulp with words and sticks. So listen to your gut, the instinct that kicks in when you're standing at the pit. It is the voice that speaks nothing but bodily truth. Every choice you make, every emotion you accumulate can be traced down to the lower half of that stomach of yours. Follow it. Retain the mortality of fleshy logic. Simple, easy, truthful. Constitution's needed for hit points. Control your body and its esoteric connection. Your political party pulled 2% last week and you don't care. Pain is good for you. Alright, so we might be going in on Constitution. A high Constitution cleric keeps forgetting there's an election. Uh-oh. Focuses on the good things in life. It's tougher than... Okay. It's not that our political party is polling poorly. It's that we forgot to show up. Focuses on the good things in life. It's tougher than entropy. Keeps his neuroticism in check. Talks with spirits in the walls. Listens to his gut. Is already dead. A low constitution cleric will die. Panics over everything. Listens to his gut and is wrong. Has no control over his bodily functions. Can't handle the pain. And has no special connection with the walls. See, you gotta have a special connection with the walls. That's important. Hi, Specs. Thank you for the care package. Tougher than entropy. That's why it's gravity orange, baby. Hashtag my walls. Down with abomination. Down with abomination. Up with the gravitons. Armaggio. A glorious design. Let those who learn lead. Through merit of ability and nothing else. Intelligence measures your ability to recall, store, and process information. It is your logical receptacle and calculator. It is only proper for you to hone this pulsating mass within your skull. But why? Just like the strength. Simple. Pull pure, unadulterated ego. Knowledge rules the world. So, too, shall you one day lead the weak. Bring your genius to the masses. If they do not bow, they do not deserve you. You know everything about the past. Therefore, it is only rational you will truly know the future as well. Enlighten the ignorant masses. Oh boy, are they all going to be terrible? That'd be fun. Higher intelligence lets you prepare more spells. Think, plan, and execute an actual plan. Complete the magocratic return. Vote for yourself. Be a genius without peers. High intelligence cleric votes for the best wizard. You. Despises and envies the gods. Solves every mystery with ease. Masters arcane magic. Spouts historical facts for hours. Is dismissive towards those lesser. Knows everything. A low intelligence cleric knows nothing. Is both ignorant and confident. Uh-oh. Makes up tidbits to seem smart. Is barely sentient. Cannot intentionally solve mysteries. Is an idiot. Duh. OT Unity. Yeah, OTOs. Wisdom. Aw, it's a heart. The large crumble upon their heavy forms. The mystical falter at the crucial point. The small rise to the occasion. Halfweed's poem. Wisdom measures your awareness, intuition, and ability to understand the world around you. To feel it. You may not know why, but meeting the gaze of another grants you an empathic bond with her. Her wants and fears, her dreams and hopes. You can read people, for good and bad, and pick up details others would pass by. It is your belief in the heart of all folk, to give and share what you have, and to be completely and utterly selfless. It is the only true road to redemption. Gods only know how hard you try. High wisdom lets you empower your spells. Be kind and see the good in all folk. Egalitarian hope of the Asgalian working class. There are no big bad evil guys. More hashtag my walls. Alright, well, definitely leaning on wisdom. A high wisdom cleric votes for the Asgalian Workers' Party. Hates nothing except hierarchies. Embraces his feminine side. Follows his bleeding heart. Masters primal magic. Reads body language like a champ. Notices all details. A low wisdom cleric is an oblivious fool. Misreads cues all the time. Does not think about the lower class. Does not get people. Fails at spotting traps. Is not aware of where he is. Like, what's going on here? I'm so confused. Ah, cool. That's what I did to my players last session. And charisma. Those who believe in democracy have a wonderful view of folk. To think them capable of making rational and informed decisions devoid of personal bias and emotional conduct. It is frankly inspiring. Nicholas Darrow, Memoirs of a Statesman. Charisma measures your eloquence, confidence, and ability to navigate social situations of any sort. In short, it is the force of your unkempt personality, but they don't need to know that. Smooth talk your way into a position of your liking. You can be affiliated with any known faction or thought. Reality is molded around your will. Like a chameleon, become a social operator. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. Uses. With high charisma, you get an automatic discount in select stores near you. Win every conversation. Say the right thing. I love winning conversations. It's my favorite thing to do in video games. It's true, I did do that. Yeah. Say whatever gets people to like you and become an apolitical force of nature. Oh no, it's the power of centrism. Be arguably sociopathic. High charisma cleric. Votes for whatever makes him popular, was socialized as a child, knows what to say to win favors, can actually flirt with some baddies, loves to mind control people, sees truth as suggestion, has no soul. A low charisma cleric isn't very likable, doesn't know how to act with people, fumbles the baddies, fears conversations, is like the opposite of a skilled orator, and has no style. Centrism, the highest power of them all. I mean, that does click. All right. Background focus. Punching bag. Troll kill. Oh, hold on. Punching bag. Cronus first, 6p. You're a farmer son who grew up in the city. Of course you'd be an outcast. It took time, but eventually you figured out how to cope with it. 2 con, 1 charisma. Troll killer. You don't remember it, but you know well how your father died. Sometimes it's motivated you. Sometimes it's felt impossible to live up to. 3 strength. Kiosk kid. Your mom wasn't around a lot, so to keep you out of trouble, she forced you to get a post-school job. You still despise the smell of newspapers. 2 dex and 1 charisma. Lore enthusiast. Spending time alone in the city, you often ended up in the Daroian library. The strange history of Jor's realm was a constant companion to you. 2 int, 1 wisdom. Crowd pleaser. Inevitably, you ended up with the wrong crowd. You quickly picked up the slang and radical terminology, doing anything to get real friends. 2 charisma, 1 intelligence. You must make a cleric who has no style and has no grace, but they must have a funny face. Little weirdo. You were a novelty to them, the boy who would do or say anything for their attention, for their approval. After 2 or so years, you got quite good at it. 3 charisma. Asgalist activist. Your friends soon introduced you to the rebellious belly of Norvik. As a teenager, you spent years spreading chaos and worse, dwarf propaganda. 2 wisdom, 1 charisma. Local rally stopped by fascist landlord. The manifesto, what we learned from the hedonists. Oh, well, that might be us. I like wisdom and charisma. Uthgerd recruit. After your arrest, there wasn't much arguing about it. 3 grueling years in training, drilled on the city code and virtues, but you survived. 1 friend. You really only ever prayed for that one thing during these lonely years. Man, so many of these are like, how do I get friends? You really only played... But the gods did not answer, so you learned to manage as always. 2 dex and 1 wisdom. Acolyte, your knack for scribbling got you a promotion to the clerical duties. Picked up the ranks, you quickly showed deep devotion in your divine city. 2 strength and 1 wisdom. Tower apprentice. Joining the towers is an honor bestowed upon the few. It's also a terrible challenge, even for you. Who'd have thought lectures were so draining? For the first time in your life, you were a natural. You've always known a few cantrips, but real magic is something else. It was power. Palace Pawn. As a rising talent, you often found yourself in the midst of politicking of superiors despite your best efforts. Never ended well for you. Faithful Harbinger. There's something wrong. Praying to a dead god whose whispers linger in the air, slowly fading. You're isolated among your peers. Plus 1 con because you had to take all the stairs in the towers, of course. Esoteric expert. You spent most of your night seeking esoterical insight. It's a lonely life. Your findings were unwanted by those in charge, yet you did not stop. Never. Revolutionary scribe. Disillusionment. A city with ideals not upheld. One day you chose a side. The emerging democracy. You wrote day and night for change and glory. Abject apostate. No one likes you. When you were demoted for dereliction, no one spoke up against it. But it's fine. You'll be fine after all you got used to it. Dead cleric. Growing up alone, getting into trouble, training with the Earth Guard, devoting your life to becoming cleric. Was it always supposed to end in the river? It's fine. This is fine. And we've looped around. Okay. Of those, I mean, I'm leaning towards let's be the Asgalist activist. All right, and then we get 2 proficiencies. I want to be proficient in wisdom. Yeah, how do I... Oh, I have to take them away. There we go. I'm proficient in wisdom. And I'll let chat decide. I would probably want to be proficient in one of these bottom 4 besides wisdom. So con, intelligence, or charisma. I don't really see... I'm not really for the kind of path strength and dexterity will take me down. But I'll let you guys vote. Besides wisdom, what am I proficient in? Cast votes con. Another vote for Constitution. We follow our heart and we follow our gut. You vote wisdom again. Hashtag my walls. You're so right. You're so right. Alright, I think that'll be voting for the My Walls party. I mean, we gotta talk to the spirits in our walls. Okay. Then it seems like we have some points to spend. I don't know how many we have. But let's bring our... Oh, we have a lot. We have a lot of pips to spend. Okay. So let's bring our wisdom up to a good old 16. And our constitution up to a 14. And then let's try to balance out our other stats. How high can I get wisdom if it's my only thing? Looks like it's got standard D&D, you can't go above 17 rules. That's weird. I thought D&D maxed at 18 at level 1. Oh well. Okay, so how many pips do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think. Alright. I'd like to have decent charisma. Charisma helps with chatting with people, and I'd like to have decent intelligence. Alright. What do we think of this? Absolutely physically feeble, but tough, smart, and empathetic. No physical instrument at all, just like when I played Disco Elysium. Maybe a tiny bit of dex. I'll lose every fight. Let's do it. Dex would make us unable, or having more dex would give us initiative, the ability to steal, sneak, dodge traps, react, have reactions to people in combat. I can see where you're coming from. I like to buff up dex, but I can't see how I could do it without sacrificing something else. Who needs dex when you have con? Exactly. Just take the hits. We're gonna Homer Simpson this bitch. You know what? Constitution, we have... Oh, give me back my proficiency bonus, thank you. I think because we've got the proficiency bonus, we might... Nah, but you guys really like the walls. I was tempted to, like, knock a couple points off of Constitution since we've got the proficiency bonus and put them into either intelligence or charisma. Our walls. Okay. Let's go. 5 days until the first ever election. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they send you. The weakest cleric in Norvik. One with incredibly deep esoteric insight. Well, I guess that is accurate. Complete your quests in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices. And remember to love everyone no matter what. Hell yeah! Let's go! This campaign will take you from level 1 to level 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey put this together. I hope you have a good time, Chris. Only 6 strength? Just avoid going solo in the dungeon. Hey look, it's Speak with Dead. See, we don't have to worry about our low strength because our high wisdom empathy skill will allow us to make friends, and our friends can have high strength. Yep, that's straight up SRD Speak with Dead. Is this actually D&D? I would not be surprised if it didn't have the license so that it could include some stuff. Which one's the any key? Alright, here we go. Excuse me. Also, hi, Barn. Hope you're doing well today. Woobly. Forever and ever. Jor. Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? Intelligence 8, success, Rogan. Your name is Rogan. Rogan? That doesn't sound right. Strength 12, failure. No, no one calls you by your name. Yeah. I need to give these all different voices. So, intelligence should sound a little snooty. I think like that. And then strength is masculine. And then charisma is my sexy voice, I think. So we got Rogan. Your name is Rogan. No, no one calls you by your name. Yeah. Nobody likes you. Boo-hoo. What? And then I'm just going to use my normal voice for... Well, no, I'm using my normal voice for my normal voice. So I guess wisdom can be maybe something up higher, a little soft. You're often referred to as cleric. So my name is... Yes, speak it. Cleric or Ragan? Oh, do you like the sexy voice, Cass? Let's see. I'm going to say my name is Cleric. Class conflict. If your name is what they call you, that is it. Could be worse. Your answer. Another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? As if it matters. You're dead. Okay. What should the voice for our Tum be? I can't speak with the voices of the walls. Maybe something down here. Constitution seemed to be the very grounded voice. Should be the voice of the stomach? Yeah, speak from my stomach, right? You're dead. You are dead. I don't want to be dead. If you do, if you can embrace it, do so. It's an occupation in this context. Work. Getting paid for labor. Let's see. What's the voice for dexterity? Maybe jokery? It's the capitalist part of our brain. The voice of the hand. Didn't you have a job? Something really important? Your class. Tell the voices about your class. Class? What class am I? Lower class. Not it. Sure, any answer is good here. Just go with whatever works in the moment. You are a city cleric. Nothing more. I'm definitely a cleric. Your true calling. It takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? We need to find out who blew up the tea shop. And most importantly, for what nefarious purpose? The Goblin Chieftain. She needs you. A tea shop exploded? Unfortunately, yes. That's not good. I like tea shops. Great. I hate tea shops. They should be banned. I don't have any strong feelings on tea shops. In fact, I never think of them at all. I like tea shops. I haven't been to one, but conceptually they seem nice. When are they going to ask me the air velocity of unladen swallow? African or European? They are lovely, yes. You may ruminate further on tea shops at a later date. Thank you, Isdom. There is a question to be answered. Your goal is... Why all these questions? No clue, but you should keep them talking. It's been silent here for too long. To find the Goblin Chieftain, is that right? You know it to be true. No reply. No feedback. I'm a very bad adjunct professor. Then the voice asks, what is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. If you care for your fellow, vote for the Ascalists. It's the duty of the powerful to lead. That's you. No one else. Don't be so self-absorbed. You are a social creature, defined by what you give. The Free Striders, maybe? Then again, you're no revolutionary. These things just move way too fast these days. I could be a little revolutionary if I wanted to. What if you wanted to go to heaven, but God said, who did you vote for in 2024? Elections are ridiculous. It hides in the back of your skull. A fact. You are bound to be a nationalist. And that frightens you, the pressure. The nationalists, the Asgalists, the Free Striders, I don't know any of these words. I should be in charge as a God King Wizard Lord, and actually I'm apolitical. Ugh. Disgusting. The Asgalists. Life is a struggle to alleviate oppression. The exiles know this well. You have supported them in the past. Time to do so again. Your voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you die? Drowning in the river. Ah, that would explain why that one perk that gives me +3 Constitution was, does this all end in the river? Constitution knows. Same way you lived. Unable to step out of the uniform. Not for a second. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. I died when he died. Stay silent until the darkness ends. Interesting. Is our goddess perhaps a river goddess? The river was capitalized. I'm going to go with, I fell into divinity. She took me whole. She took me whole. A game by Christopher Bodengard. I don't know how to pronounce an A with a circle over it. That's me. Gotta love a movie or a game that opens with someone falling into a body of water. Just always very pretty aesthetically. Sound design by Isaac Johnson. Music by Anders Bach, Brian Batts, and Christian Paulson. Wee! Illustrations by Oscar Westberg. Wee! Artwork by all of these people. I don't have enough time. No, my pocket watch. Shimp? I saw a shimp. That's a lot of apples and or tomatoes. There's us. Day 1, March 22nd, 27 PE. A fresh start. Get up. I've got damage. Success. Oh, sorry, I made the success. Your heartbeat is loud, screaming. Your body aches. It's stiff, as if you slept for days. Ready for the quest to continue. I don't think so. Look around me. A circular stone chamber. A storage for apples and corpses. I would not put those together. A house of the dead. Your home. Those piles of apples. Is this Tolstad? Check my stuff. What stuff? Your hand darts around your pouch and uniform. Panic. Sweat. No spell book. No mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake. Tears begin to form. Deep breaths. Your belongings are surely here somewhere. Wait, what's this quest about? Oh, I healed a hit point. Yay. Ah, yeah! A quest! Interact with highlighted words to receive a glossary entry. Earth be blessed. Earth, your god. DC 1. Do I remember anything? Yes, everything's a bit off, but your memory is intact. Your quest was given yesterday. Remember? The tea shop? The tea shop? Yeah, the tea shop that blew up. There was a highlighted word earlier? Yeah. But they didn't tell me I could click on it. We're in an awfully dry spot for someone who fell in a river. Yeah, I assume someone fished us out so they could mug us. It'll be a tough one. Might take days. A chance for redemption. Redemption? Wait, what did I do? Insubordination. Oh, that sounds like me. Inconstancy. That doesn't sound like me. I'm very constant. Apostasy. That, yeah. The words live inside your bone marrow. Yay, experience. Wait, how much time do I have? Until the election, duh. Which is in 5 days. Time only advances when you make new choices in dialogues. Okay. That's good to know. Just a job. Ah, so I've done this before. You haven't really. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earth Guard militia service, as well as a few years in the Towers. The Towers, home of the Order of the Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as the Oaken. Cleric, a servant of a god, deeply devoted and spiritually connected, typically a divine spellcaster given power through their deity. Divine, one of the three pillars of magic. Ah, no occultism in this one. It is represented by the sacred, the faith of all folk, their souls, and is granted by gods who once walked among us. Rogue sorcery was not your main subject. But yes, you've read a lot about these types of fiery events. They are not too common these days. However, this incident does not appear overly complex. So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. Here's that feeling again. Feeling you're about to enter a path from which there's no way back. Discworld Elysium. Yeah, basically. Hello, Burango. How are you doing? Occultism would be apostasy, but I love apostasy. Biblically accurate wisdom? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's finish the job. Damn right. You'll do great. Now get going. Alright, but first You feel dizzy. Ow. The weight of the Earthguard uniform. A dull pain takes hold. You require healing. You must consume an apple, now. Your mind forms a trail from one cross to another. You know not why you stand among these apples, but you know everything else that has gone wrong in your life. You must dig yourself out of this trench with kindness and an ever-brightening love for folk. If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. Okay? They will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Rub your temples. As you do, your fingers touch upon cold steel is covering your entire head. Colloquially known as a helmet. Can I take it off? No! DC 20 strength check to take my helmet off. People might see my feminine face if I took my helmet off. Biblically accurate? Yeah. I wouldn't do that. Oh, and we need 20 decks. Like ripping off your own face. Not a good idea. Not yet. Can't wait until you do. Why is Charisma the only one that wants to take my helmet off? Okay, thank you. Well, I must eat an apple. Trifle, behold, talk. Garden apple. Alright, we've got our helmet. Or apple heal 1 hit point. So we got questing. The tea shop blew up. Your purpose on Tolstad is to investigate an exploded tea shop. Locate this establishment and gain entry. Class conflict. You've declared yourself as a cleric of Norvik 2 times. It's a grand title, suitable for a true human cleric like yourself. Election week. The first ever election in Norvikian history will take place in just a few days' time. What will you vote for? You've talked about positive opinions on Asgalism about 1 single time ever since waking up in the Lich House. Really brings you back. And we can see our Asgalist bar here. And our cleric bar here. But it looks like there's other things that we could embody. And it looks like embodying cleric is strength related. Whereas this is obviously wisdom related. Journal. Viskin's Lair, Tolstad South, Pillar Crossing, Goblin Garden, and Goblin Garden. Alright, so things that we know. That's nice. Hi, Thomas, welcome in. Oh, the things you're gonna do when that helmet's gone? Like kiss girls. Spellbook, I know cure wounds. This is the DC this is the DC a target has to achieve when rolling a save against one of your spells. which is based off of wisdom or intelligence, whichever is higher, and my proficiency bonus. I have 0 prepared spells. You can prepare spells by visiting a shrine. Alright. Let's look at it. This. This isn't yours, is it? Maybe. Tattered cloak. 1 dexterity, -1 charisma. This cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. It's light blue and tattered. It was once yours. Please don't. This thing is disgusting. Wring out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It smells of salt water. Should I wear this? No? A rogue would wear it, that's for sure, so... I'm not a rogue. Sorry, the word "I'm not a rogue" is not in your vocabulary, actually. Please rephrase. That's not one word, though. So pedantic. So unrefined. Shut up. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. I really love my pouch of holding, or gods, I could fit so many items in this thing. 0 cantrips? Now that's apostasy. I have to assume it's because I bonked my head, and that made all the religion leave my brain. Someone should clean up all the garbage if you people trip over cans. I love my pouch of holding. Yes, you are very lucky. These are like 1,000,000 crowns on the market. This kind of magic item can go upwards of 10,000 crowns. I should click on crowns. It's not yours, though. It's the city's. Crowns. The Norvikian crown. The main coinage of Norvik. Norvikian crown, the official currency of Norvik, suffered heavy inflation during the years after Earth's passing. A meal is somewhere between 5 to 20 crowns. A cheap month's rent is 100 crowns. A spellbook is 50 crowns. An average salary outside the city is up to 300. Average salary inside the city is up to 500. Wow, rent is only 1/5 of your income. Imagine if rent was only 1/5 of your income. Earth's passing. The day your god died. Norvik used to celebrate this with fervor when you were little, as many fanatics believed he would return if they hosted a truly legendary feast. You can't just use it for anything. Equipping items temporarily alters your ability scores, right? It's a corpse under a blanket. Okay. Vase of leaves smells lovely. Divine shrine covered in apples. Well, let's interact with the shrine. The ruins fill your senses as you approach. The color's faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. A sacred shrine left in this state, it's an insult to Earth and all of his people. These old things are still around, huh? Are these rare? Can I pray here? Are these rare? No. You'll find shrines like this all over Norvik. The central city of Ascani and last bastion of humanity. It was founded upon the end of the Reconquest in 468 AE, exactly 70 years ago. Ascan, one of the 8 bands along the coast. It is a cold, mountainous realm. It is your home, also referred to as Ascani. The coast, also known as Joel's Realm. It is a strip of land divided into 8 bands. The further inland you go, the closer you get to the infinite wastes. It is theorized to be a ring or a half-sphere due to the bend on the horizon. band, an esoteric divide, splits the circular coast of Jor into 8 geographic areas, commonly known as bands. Each band has unique esoteric and natural traits, and stretches from the coast to the infinite wastes. Up to being a key phrase, you imagine? Probably. Is it just you? Are meals super expensive? Relatively, yes. It seems like it. There are no utilities to pay for in fantasy times. That's true. Food is a more precious commodity without gardening, but you don't generally have to pay for sewage, electricity, that kind of stuff. Esoteric. Esoteric, the magic of Jor and his strings. The coast is infused with it. Jor, the name of our realm, also the name of the legendary wizard who created it. He died during the closing at the end of the Gate Era. What's a wizard? A wizard, a book-learned arcane spellcaster. Typically plays Jor's strings by memorizing and executing esoteric rituals and chants. Arcane, one of the 3 pillars of magic, is represented by the forces that make up all esoteric events. Those who play Jor's strings tap into these powers, programming the laws of existence around their whims. Jor's strings the ley lines of esoteric power that hold the realm together. Okay. Can I pray here? To what exactly? There are many gods listening to our prayers, always. Just remember that they may not respond so clearly. I'll think about it. You may pray as you wish. There's an internal element to it that is underappreciated. The shrine towers above you. You feel small. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each cast expends 1 spell slot of the corresponding level. Remove the apples. Yeah, I guess we would want to clear the apples away. Doesn't take long for you to move some of those nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. Pray. Staring at the chiseled monument, you focus your mind. You take a deep breath and begin your prayer. And tranquility. Contemplate the tea shop. Let your mind go through the basics of what you know. The tea shop was destroyed in the middle of the day. Minor injuries were reported. The goal is to enter the tea shop and investigate it properly. That is it. Contemplate the election. The first election. Your vote won't matter. Your vote will be the most important of all. Ask those around you what they will vote for, and you might find your own voice along the way. Contemplate your class. Identity is not easy. It's everything, from faction to home life to street. What you choose might be a first step. Choose wisely. Prepare spells. Okay. To the right, you may view a list of all your available spells. In order to cast spells, you need to first prepare them. For each spell you wish to prepare, fill it in its empty slot to the right. You may only prepare a spell if you have a spell slot of the corresponding level available. To the bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. Each circle represents 1 slot where you can cast a spell, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Okay. Well, things have begun. We can see our top 2 stats here on the pause screen. That's fun. Alright. Why are my snoozes not coming back? Not that I need them, but like, damn, how long does it take to build a snooze back up? Alright, we're going to take a little 3-minute break. I'll be right back. And we're back. Thank y'all for waiting. Now here's a question. Did I put those extra apples in my pocket? No. I'll scroll there. Find scripture where it does not belong. Got that. Shield of Faith scroll. Shield of Faith scroll? Pile of apples. There we go. Memorized Shield of Faith. Which makes me lose fewer hit points. And Cure Light Wounds makes me heal a lot of points, of course. Pile of apples. Stare at a pile of apples. Apples are good for you. These apples are not in pristine condition. Should they be stored alongside corpses? No, it's a health hazard. Of course not, it's nasty. Something tells you that no, they should not. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? You can certainly try. It's not really a question of could, it's a question of do you have the time? You have a feeling it might be worth your while, but only if you push to the end. You're not capable of carrying such a tremendous burden. It could be greatly beneficial. Ability checks. Roll a d20 with your modifiers to get a unique outcome. Yeah, sure. I'll start eating. Nope. Oh, yes. Modifiers added after. You look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach's empty. Digging in, the first apple goes down the hatch. Another one. Number 2 goes as well. You chew it in peace. Now the third one. Yep, that sure was an apple. Going smooth so far. Next one. This one's harder. Your stomach fights the taste. It's getting difficult. One more should be fine. This is the limit. As you chow down on the apple, you feel your jaw ache and your hands shake. Apple overdose. Dangerous stuff. No such thing. Come on. You feel refreshed, for a moment at least. A pile of apples towers over you. You've barely made a dent. Yes. Eat the apple, apple boy. No, don't call me apple boy. Feel sick. As you feel sick, you see something sticking out of the pile of apples. A piece of paper? No. Gained item, dancing light. It's a spell scroll. Ah, the scroll is just for a simple cantrip. Oh well. You quickly memorize the scroll, consuming it into your psyche as you do so. Some people at the towers used to fear your innate power to master magic like that. Which is understandable. It's pretty terrifying. Cantrips are spells that can be cast at will outside of dialogues. They do not consume any spell slots. You can access your cantrips at the bottom right. Dancing light. You create a torch-sized light within range, making it appear as a torch, lantern, or glowing orb that hovers in the air for the duration. Whichever form you choose, the light sheds dim light in a 10-foot area. Okay, so I can create light now. Very important piece of paper. I should probably pick that up. Voting card -1 intelligence. Okay. A scuffed voting card made out for Ragan Hemlin. It's from a dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked all 5 parties on the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day if your voice is to be heard. Okay. Deep storage. I guess that's if you want to, like, still have something, but, like, really not have it here. Alright. Ooh, we'll get feats eventually. Wow. There's an extra examine button on the card. Ah, there is. Picked up the surprisingly thick piece of paper with a shaking hand. This is your future. The card is slightly torn and has clearly been drenched at some point. At the top it says Rostcourt in big bold lettering. Rostcourt, meaning voting card in fancy Ascani Dwarven. Ah, right, there's an election. It's not a nice thing. It was nice to not think about it for once. Never had one of those before. Neat. We should just get a God King again. Worked last time. Time for a damn revolution. We never had one of those before. Neat. Very neat. Finally, your voice will be heard. Along with every other idiot in Norvik. Look at the list of parties. Nationalist Party of Norvik. Party Norvik, the inheritors of Earth's will, a theocratic organization founded to uphold the old ways, headed by magistrates and 20-something noble families. Magistrate, the 5 rulers of the 5 districts. They are the Coin Lord, Home Lord, Shield Lord, Food Lord, and Law Lord. Each has a unique role in the city's bureaucracy. Sometimes the titles switch between districts, but generally the housing districts holds the Home Lord, and the palace holds the Law Lord. The palace, an unofficial nickname for the current rulers of Norvik, named after the palace district, in which most central authority resides. The palace district, one of the 5 districts in Norvik, home of aristocrats, bureaucrats, and the remnants of Earth's court. Freestrider, Revolutionary Party. Welcome back, Biringo. Freestrider, the new way. People in the East have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years the revolution has slowly crept into the city. Now it's time to finally join the free cities and get rich. Asgalists, Workers' Party. Asgalist, the workers who built this city want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? Agrarian, rural party. Agrarian, those who live off the earth. Simple farmers, people of the land. The common clay of the Ascani fields. Their political movement has mostly been swallowed up by the Asgalists. Arcanist, Party of Magic. Arcanist, the Magocrats who ruled pre-Coast War human civilization in old Diminor, also a very minor political party in Norvik. Diminor, the arcane era name for reeds, often referred to as Old Diminor. The name was changed by Freestrider revolutionaries to mark the end of the old magocracies. The arcane era, 511 years of rapid magical and technological growth, as well as the birth and death of the great human magocracies in Diminor, now reads, ended 27 years ago. And finally, the last box doesn't say anything. This is where you can input whatever you want or just leave it empty for a null vote. The box next to each party is filled in with a smudged checkmark, including the last empty one. Smart move. No one can get mad if you vote for every party. Are these all the parties? No. There's about a dozen other large parties in Norvik. Most have been subsumed over the last few years, such as the Civic Legion of Progressives, the Torch Union, Order of the Scales, Hedonist Party, and various guild bodies. Welcome back. Maybe ate a ton of apples. I did. I ate 7 total apple. Love playing the game of is one of these really written to be that much better than all the other opinions, or is that your own political biases? I believe that is our political bias. I am sure, much like Disco Elysium, there will be times where the game mocks wisdom and the kind of progressive party. The Agarians and the Arcanists are the only ones who have not joined a larger party or fallen aside. How does this thing work? After you pick it up in the district office, you only need to check the boxes of one of the 5 parties. Then you deliver it on election day to a polling place. Although in your case, you need to write the name of the party you want in the corner, along with a signature. Since you filled out every box, like an idiot, this is your one vote. You should indeed take care of it. Good to know. Alright, let's talk to this individual. There's another apple here. This one looks good. Alright, I'll take it. More apple. A guy. He looks indecisive. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. His name is Zombie. What? How did you know which one you were referring to? Because you're a person in my community cast, and I assume that you would not be... I don't think anyone in my chat is going to vote for the fascist theocrats, the new money oligarchy, the... I mean, maybe some of you might vote for the simple farmers. Or I should be God King Eternal Magic Lord. Or I should be apolitical. Ugh. Miv doesn't even know you. She thinks you would immediately submit a vote for the Nationalist Party. Uh-oh. Time to drop Cass into the acid pits. God King one if it's actually possible. He's unaware of you. Greetings, citizen. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. What is your name, sir? He does not even turn to look at you. Why is the man not listening to me? His glassy dark eyes just stare forward into nothing. Yay, acid. Populism is a bit of a trap. He's lost in the sauce. Apples. Apples. Apple sauce. This is a reanimated corpse. Sir, are you a member of the undead? He does not respond. Not even a groan. How disappointing. What's he doing? The zombie is attempting to clear a path through the apple pile. It's probably been at it for a long time. Okay, so I can't get past him. I don't think there's anything else here. I could go look at that corpse, but I think I'm good. You can always come back. Let's... There we go. Leave. Viskin's lair. Let's talk to the person. Viskin, local mortician. Ooh, we can see stat blocks for people. Different DCs for knowing different amounts of information. Alright, intelligence. Tell me about this man. 10. Viskin, local mortician. Human, reads folk. Level 17 entrepreneur. The pale man handles corpses in the basement, a typical self-employed city contractor. You remember hearing about this man? He used to be a dentist and a surgeon at the same time. Intelligence is really important? Yeah. I mean, it makes sense in a mystery game. Alright. Viskin, local mortician. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms. Busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top paper, you see an icon of a serpentine rake. Great perch. These are the official documents of the city. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. Death. This is Death. I'm Viskin, local entrepreneur and proprietor of the Lich House. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there is anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. Lich House, a mortuary, a holding space for dead bodies. During times of undeath, they are known to be heavily guarded. He smiles at you. Yet his eyes say something else, and his voice is familiar to you. Bow before this creature. He's got... It might just be the Widow's Peak, but he's got vampire energy. Gotta go. Good luck with voting. See you, Cass. Thanks for stopping by. Did you save my life? He puts down his pen. Your life is your own. You owe me nothing, however. I am afraid to say you have been through quite the turmoil, cleric. I died, didn't I? Those fishermen who brought you here certainly thought so. Eyes of the working man do not deceive. Not that I blame them. You weren't exactly in prime condition. Prime condition? You're always in your prime condition. You never are. River Takey added. They caught you in their net, believe it or not. Such a strange tale. So not dead, just a bit wet. Where can I find these fishermen? He ponders your question. I did not ask for names, sorry to say. Perhaps Water Lane? That's just a guess. Water Lane, the largest port in Norvik, located in a massive tunnel piercing the center of Tolstad. It is a so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and it's the reason so many people commute to Tolstad over the many bridges, considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world. Tolstad is a sprawling island fortress and one of 5 districts in the city. It sits in the middle of River Torna, home of Jor's Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network, and Water Lane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Tolstad right now. Good guess. A lot of boaters hanging out there. Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them. I have some other questions, I think. You now. DC 31. Find out what's weird about this guy. Whew, boy. So I would need a nat 20. -2 DC because there's a zombie downstairs. I think we'll hold off because I don't know what this game's policy on reattempting checks is yet. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. Sure, why is it there? We're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. The city below. Short for the city below the city. A phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels that and ruins below Norvik. Lots of monsters and stuff down there. Also riches if you dive deep enough. A monster, short for monstrosity. defined as a non-sentient creature born out of magical means, often by combining various natural beasts or from curses or esoteric events. Hi, Mischief, welcome in. However, I will have to take this up with the Lady Sage Leaf. I pay good grounds for HWBT protection. HWBT, the Halfway Bridge Tribe, commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norvik, and arguably the most influential, despite their small size, led by Lady Miska Sageleaf, with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Tolstad. Goblin Garden, a dwarven-built citadel sitting at the southernmost tip of Tolstad. It is now a goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. Goblin, short and green, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They've got 3 tribes in Norvik and are considered somewhat civilized. He's lying through his fancy teeth. No, wait, I don't actually believe you. It's underlined. What do you mean, cleric? You're criminal harboring zombie workers. You need to be punished. Zombies clearly working for you. That's illegal. You're doing something weird here. I don't like it. The zombie's trying to sort the apples, so zombies clearly working for you. That's illegal. I greatly apologize for putting you in this situation. It is my neglect that led to this undead creature entering my tower. We'll make sure to tighten up security in the future. This isn't... Ost. Well, do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready. The kobold gives a squeezed yell. Yes, master. I will also make sure to report this to both the HWBT and the militia. He won't let you get a word in. Amazing. Trying to say you need to pay for your... Of course, I'll be sure to ask for a thorough inspection by the PCG. PCG, Pest Control Guild. Pest Control Guild, one of the oldest guilds in Norvik. They're supposed to keep monsters at bay and clean up any unwanted critters all across the city. These days, they are so bogged down in requests from citizens in the city that they usually have backlogs for months. Love when a necessary thing is backlogged. Be wary of them? Yeah. If there's anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled. Thank you so much for your service, cleric. It is because of great men like you that the city still stands. I'm sure a good word to your patriarch will assure a promotion of some kind as well, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop. This Patriarch, a top clerical rank in Norvik, different from Lord Patriarch, which is the traditional administrative leader of the city. Only about a dozen men currently hold the rank. They manage to use a section of clerics each at the towers. Lord Patriarch, the commander of the city forces, the top cleric beneath... Lord Patriarch, the commander of city forces and top cleric beneath Earth. The title is appointed by Earth. Currently, Lord Akasim holds the title. Having led the city for the past 30 years, he's a withdrawn leader, over 80 years of age, and has put most power in the hands of magistrates. Right, well, I don't have the strength, so... Resist his incredible oratory powers. Not a good chance, but we'll give it a shot. No. As the pale man blabbered on, you attempt to gather your thoughts and make some kind of point. I think that... I agree, and whatever compromise we do end up at, I feel lucky to have your expertise here on this day. Who knows what would happen otherwise? Stop muttering, just say it. Yell, I'm trying, at the top of your lungs. Your screech echoes throughout the chamber. For the first time, you see a genuinely baffled expression appear on his face. He keeps staring at you for a few uncomfortable seconds. Then he says, Cleric, with all due respect, perhaps you should see a professional. Ow! My health. His comment hits you in your heart and soul. The pale man has an overwhelming authority. I believe we are done with this particular topic. Anything else you need? I require assistance with some things. Of course, cleric. Anything for the city. You called me cleric. Make air quotes. I did, yes? I am the cleric. I am not a cleric. What gave it away? Or, why do I have to be anything? What gave it away? He stops for a second and glares at you. The facade drops for but a moment. A heavily armored man in Earth Guard colors with a prayer book on his hip. Thoughts land on the pages of spells you've meticulously worked on for years. The book is not in your possession right now, but it must be near if the Pale Man has seen you with it. They might have found you in the river, but you're clearly of City Sock. Could be happenstance. Could it? Could it? Could. Happenstance, perchance. What does happenstance mean again? Happenstance, perchance. He puts his pen down and stares at you. How's that head of yours, cleric? I think I've been reborn. Oh, sounds like a religious experience. It was. I am the cleric. Good for you. The path of being a cleric is becoming even more familiar. An example of that sarcasm thing mentioned before. Though I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? Type? Yes, if you're a clergyman, you might run a congregation for a local religion or deity. Then there are clerics of the bureaucratic variety, city officials speaking for the religious state. Rules are meant to be broken. You're not some stiff councilman. You, however, must be an arcane cleric. I'm a basic clergyman. I'm a boring bureaucrat, yes. No, I'm the chosen one. You're correct, I am an arcane cleric. No, I'm a basic clergyman. I see. Many say religion is dead on the coast. He gives you a slow nod. Perhaps some still lingers. He does not see that as a good thing. I don't know where to go. Your shaky voice makes you sound positively Fort Vivalad. Fort Vivalad, Dwarvish word, meaning desperation, anguish, hysteria brought on from mental pain. Fort Vivalad, complete and utter despair of flesh and bone. I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but there's a certain rumor that our local goblin chieftain's waiting for you. What rumor? Just common murmuring. Lady Miska Sageleaf is a lame. She is down in the Goblin Garden. Of course you've heard of her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. She is one of the 3 goblin tribes exonerated by Earth after the conquest. The conquest. Excuse me. The correct way of referring to the historical events in which humans founded Norvik. Most humans, however, refer to it as the reconquest. Human, tall and beautiful like yourself. Known as the pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits. Ah, humans do be slutfolk. Name is spoken in both reverence and fear. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that one. Dragon of Tolstad added. They call her the Dragon of Tolstad. So she sounds scary. She is. Treat her with respect, cleric. His eyes say, for your own good. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I would even go so far as to call her the de facto lawkeeper here on the island fortress. A sliver of genuine tone slips out. He has great respect for this dragon. You may find her at the southern tip of Tolstad. The pale man says and keeps scribbling on his papers in front of you. He does not value your time. Alright, that's all I need, thanks. Before you do, make sure you collect your belongings. What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also your voting card. A peculiar voting card. Every party has been marked in. I assume it's yours. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's mine. Maybe, possibly. The pale man ignores your comment. I asked Ost to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry. Over there, he says, and points across the chamber. Then he looks at the pocket watch on his desk. That's an esoteric pocket watch. You may have it, cleric. It will surely prove useful to you. Esoteric pocket. An area overtaken by esoteric magic. An esoteric pocket watch rather than an esoteric pocket watch. Exceedingly rare along the coast. The further inland you get, the more common they are. with the infinite wastes being theorized as being full of nothing but. Esoteric magic, a term for naturally occurring magic caused by the shape and form of Jor's realm, sometimes called wild magic, or Jor's Discord. You can join following this link. It's full of trans women, like yourself. And then Strength has a panic attack. Beyond that, you should be good. Did I have any weapons on me? None, I'm afraid. They must be at the bottom of the River Tawna. Good. You do not need arms in this city. You need heart. Oh, shut up. Good blade can make anyone speak. Got it. Pale man turns his face towards you and smiles. Unnatural. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric. He gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. His words burn a hole in your heart. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, either double-click or hold shift. Human no cause trouble. Burango, no, don't stress me. Ost, Chief of Security. Behold. Nat 20. I know everything about this man. Ost, Chief of Security, Kobold, level 9, Rogue, in quotes, Lawful Evil. 8 Strength, 20 Dex, 9 Con, 11 Intelligence, 17 Wisdom, and 15 Charisma. This one's quite hostile. Stay on your feet. His expressionless eyes seem to keep watch at all times. He's obviously determining where to strike for you to die as quickly as possible. How humane. Usually kobolds are only dangerous in large numbers. This one appears extremely deadly on its own. Beware. There's something deeper in his connection to his master. This kobold holds the pale man as a highest possible value, literally his personal god. Interesting. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Master, say you behave. I have some questions for you. Short question, go. Who are you?
I'm gonna spook the skunk now.
No, don't scare me. Hi, Theo. Thank you for the care package. Kobold, yeah, little guys. I like the kobolds in Pathfinder 2e because so D&D's kobolds are like little lizard people who have a slight connection to dragons, and they like to worship dragons, and they sometimes have some mild dragon-y abilities. In Pathfinder 2e, the kobolds are a little more generic. They're a little more salamander-y than like draconic lizard-y. But they can take on more draconic aspects, but they can also take on other aspects because they are like fundamentally drawn to natural, powerful beings. So you can be a dragon-influenced kobold, but you can also be a kobold that's like attracted to kaiju, because that's a thing in Pathfinder's universe. Or try to remember what else. I can't remember off the top of my head, but like other grand, powerful creatures. Salamanders, my beloved. There's somebody outside with a cat just walking around the parking lot. I don't know why. The cat's staying close to them, despite not having any kind of leash. I have no idea what they're doing or why. Regular reminder from Mivlia, you do not, in fact, need to let your cat outside, and in fact, it is both bad for your cat and bad for the like local animals. You could take your cat out on a leash if you think it would benefit from some time out in the sun, or walks and stuff like that. That's perfectly fine. But like with with most animals, better to do it that way. Maybe they found out a local stray and he's hanging out. Maybe. I hope that's the case. Maybe they're being nice to a local stray and trying to take care of them. I've just taken the opportunity to remind people that, like, I know a lot of people who won't neuter their cat and then are like, oh, he wants to go outside. You gotta let your cat go outside for a while. That's how you get lots more just, like, random pets without homes, and you get your pet hurt, and it's not good. Only take your cat outside supervised. Exactly. Which, if this person is either taking their cat outside supervised, which is good, or they've found a stray and they're trying to take care of it, which is good. It's just something that popped into my head. Get your cat a Roomba and a laser pointer. Good stuff. Graham is taken to a rope on a string finally, after us having it for like half a year. Alright. How'd you get this gig? Not gig. What is it then? I am devoted servant for master. You are angering the kobold. I'm not going to say I'm a slave. Or you're a slave. Reminding you all to spay and neuter your pet? Exactly. Also do that. Your cat a decoy laptop? Yeah, especially if it can warm up. Got it. His expression, he gives you an expression that could be described as a frown. That is, if it looked in any way different from his regular stony expression. Where were you when the tea shop incident occurred? Incident. Tea shop blow up. Boom. Did you boom it? The kobold makes a cackling noise. I wish tea shop explosion would be fun to set up. When it happened, I was on Waterlane, on mission. Ah. What were you doing on Waterlane? Milk. Doing milk? Deliver. You deliver milk. Yes. Side hustle. Kobolds don't even drink milk. I want to know more. I want to know less. Ask questions about the milk. Don't ask questions about the milk. Oh, we're asking questions about the milk. The kobold stares at you. This milk situation is intense. Where does the milk come from? Who buys the milk? Do kobolds produce milk? Do you like milk? Can I have some milk? Where does the milk come from? Cows. And where do you get the cow milk? Market. Okay, well, that answers that. Who buys the milk? Humans. Waterlane humans. They pay many for fresh milk before dawn. The expressionless, cold-blooded kobold is hard to read, but his body language does not exactly scream honesty. It pays. Milk delivery, honest work. Can I have some milk? No. Tragic. Being denied milk. Do you like milk? No. You've acclimatized your gut to the unnatural consumption of another species' milk, like an enormous babe claiming to the mother's teat. You're missing out, or I also don't like milk. I will lie to the kobold. I also don't like milk. Now we are friends. You smirk, a confident laugh escaping your lips. You then turn towards the ceiling, smiling. I also don't like milk. Your comment has made a dent upon the world. This is why they should follow you. You are a worthy leader. Win them over with lies and deceit. Control them with flattery and love. The kobold stares at you with awe in his yellow, expressionless eyes. No one cares. Alright, I don't have anything else to ask about milk. Okay, milk curious. Thank you. Thank you. You probably shouldn't look too deeply into this. There's probably no money to be made in milk, right? Alright, I doubt he would give me his crossbow. I don't think... I can ask him who he is.
I am Ost. I am security chief in Lich House.
The kobold appears proud. There's no humility in his voice.
Strong little one, nearly immovable. Okay. Thank you for taking your time. Milk Curious. Yes, excellent. Crown collection, coin capture, cash kidnapping. There are many ways to describe it. Get rich or die trying. There's only one way to do this, obvious. The only way to do this is obviously to get this milk delivery gig. Milk questioning. Milk fluid. Alright, so this is like... I think this is another, like, political leaning I could take. I'm curious what these other things are for my identity. Dragon of Tolstad. You're here on the request of Lady Sageleaf, a goblin chieftain of Tolstad. Go see her right away. Oh, and down here we have River Takey. You were brought to the Lich House by some fishermen. But how did you survive the plunge into the river? Alright, well, he said my things would be nearby. Ah. An open manual for esoteric geometry. You know this already. Wait, is that? Ah, that's probably my book. Ruined prayer book, -3 intelligence.
The book is ruined. Most of the pages, all dry now, have been completely drenched. Only a few pages of the soggy, brackenish papyrus pages are readable. They appear to contain some type of undecipherable symbols.
Scotty writing of the most basic kind? Wait, oh no.
I'm sliding him into the dexterity voice. I need to be careful.
Scotty writing of the most basic kind. Wait, oh no.
Someone has attempted to dry this out to the best of their ability.
No, no, no.
By Earth. Phoenix Folio updated.
This is your prayer book. Oh, so many hours wasted.
Milk fluid? Milk fluid!
You would have to rebind the whole thing. It's ruined.
That'll cut.
You would have to rebind the whole thing. It's ruined. That'll cost a fortune.
I gotta get this. The stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. Alright, I think these question marks are free. Yeah. Jor left his mark across the bands. Today it is a universal sign of magic. The red eye of Earth. Alright, there's some books over here. There's some goods. Another corpse. I don't feel like I should be looking at random corpses. Milk solid. Ew. Milk gas? Potentially. An unlocked chest full of strange rocks. Voices upstairs and the smell of salt. Or that's voices upstairs and the smell of salt. Milk solid cheese? True. It can be cheese, or it can be chunks. Oh boy, dwarves. Hi, dwarves. Tolstad, Central Norvik. Alphas BE. Behold. Ah, I identify some people with intelligence and I identify some people with other skills. Dwarf exile. He stands on by his ideals with gut and little else. Okay, so it's not just intelligence. It's just happened to be that the guy down there was an intelligence-based individual. Talk.
Around the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag.
The banner of Asgal, the fool.
One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow.
He appears to be in a staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theater.
Orc. Big brutes of devilish origins. They're rare in Norvik. Most of them can be found in Feldhire.
Feldhire, a land of elven ruins with magically fertile lowlands in between. In its center sits Blood City Bay, the largest city of the coast. built out of the corpse, or rather just the head, of Gorgorian. Blood City Bay, the most populated city around the coast, built upon the corpse of Gorgorian the Great and Terrible, a sprawling mess of wooden walkways and buildings carved out of the calcified remains. Was famous for its fleet of airships deployed during the Coast War, known as the origin of the Industrial Revolution, and while New Thousand has overtaken it as the leader of manufacturing, it still stands as one of the most industrious city-states. A Coast War, a near-century-spanning conflict between every great nation of the Arcane era. Scholars estimate it claimed more than half the entire human population. It is said to have begun in 398 AE by the inciting spark of the assassination of Priestess Ilana, and it generally agreed to have concluded with the fall of Thazin in 481 AE 57 years ago.
Oi, we should see it, city men.
He calls out as you approach.
We made it, it's clear already. We're not moving, not one bit.
Shoots you a shit-eating grin. This dwarf gets extreme pleasure from telling you to fuck off like this. Thank you, Wisdom. Dwarf, stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build, and knows the drill. And you know the drill. Heh, drill. They built most of Norvik and have a long history with the Earth folk.
Earth folk. Earth folk. The people of Earth. The ancestors of those who reconquered the Ascani coast. Truly mythological heroes.
What's going on here?
Just working. The boys will be done soon enough.
You hear the other dwarves laughing behind him.
Nothing illegal going on here. Nothing at all.
He's only saying that because he had to defend himself quite a lot lately. Great. I was worried there for a second. He looks you up and down.
Yeah, okay. Great.
Very great. Now, who are you?
Name's Alphors of Barney Inverse, foreman in the Asgalist movement of Norvik.
Foreman, one of the leading members of the Norvik Asgal Council. Norvik Asgal Council, sometimes called the NAC, this is the group of foremen, or four folk, guiding the Asgal movement in Norvik, the lead workers' union movements, Asgal rallies, and the entire Asgalist Workers' Party. NAC, Norvik Asgal Council, the top brass behind those silly workers' union and the whole Asgalist movement in Norvik. Simi and the boys. He done more good than all you Earth God combined. True speak for Asgal. Damn, that's a lot of good.
Shimmy exaggerates.
He gives the older dwarf the stink eye.
I'm also not in any way proud of my heritage. Nobility's just a poisonous hierarchy.
Typical talking points. He grins.
Just wanted to make that clear.
Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off. Unless you want that. About this Asgal.
What about him?
Asgal. Ashmask is a very controversial figure in dwarven myth. I can say these lines. I can do it. I'm a professional streamer. As well as history. If you want to piss off the dwarf, then just pretend not to know who Asgal is. I like him. He seems cool.
Like, he's Asgal. The great, the kind, our liberator.
You like him too, then?
Yeah, a fair bit.
Yeah, never mind. Alphaz nods to you. Boy, setting up a play or something?
Play?
Spits on the ground.
We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening, workers across Torstad will gather here to hear the words of Asgal.
He turns towards the orc.
Ain't no one's going to stop it.
Agent Veer. Oh no, she's hot. He's hot. They're hot. You hear laughing across the theater. Papers, Alphas. He grumbles and turns back to you.
So, what do you want?
Okay, is Lady Orc. What's the problem here?
He shakes his head. Where to begin? So, it is full noon. I get the lads together. When we arrive here, that accursed woman's standing there. Dwarf shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches for something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We show her the papers. And the papers is no good, she says. Bah. Circle square conflict added. Real convenient, I say. Nah, there's nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our rights to speak out against tyrants and burgers. Burgermeister Meisterburger? Burgers, Bulgare, the craftsman, merchant, and notably higher standing citizens in comparison to those of rural roots. They are.
Bureaucracy.
Check the papers. Surely the dwarves have screwed up somewhere. So she's wrong about the documents? Of course she is. She's a liar, that one. A filthy liar. Alphonse nods and grunts. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. He knows she's right about the documents, but he doesn't want to admit it. Can I see the papers? Burgers, a piece of meat between some bread, typically with some vegetable added. So true. I like burgers. He gives his companions a glance. Why?
Everything looks fine.
Maybe just give it a few.
Yeah.
That's while I have all this moved, I'll push some of that dust onto the ground. Oh, but come back.
They're running pretty hot. Or this is anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just give it a second to see if it comes back up. And if not, I'll have to reset that, which will take a couple minutes.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and... Since it's definitely down... Oh, no, it's back.
It's back?
Or at least I'm now transmitting again.
Yeah, it looks like
Okay.
stream's working again. So it didn't even go long enough for the stream to be cut. So that's good.
I lost video for a bit there. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are still here. Our internet went out for a minute there. I didn't progress the stream, so no one missed anything. Hopefully. Hi. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Don't know what happened there. It just kind of struggled for a second, but it seems to be back. Alright. Firebot says that everyone is still here. Twitch is struggling to tell me how many viewers I have. But I think, I would guess that people are still here. Okay. In case anyone missed it, because I don't know when things cut, we passed our intelligence check and told him that we would check his papers and that we are on his side. Gained 5 experience, gained item PPG documents. He hands over the scroll. I'll trust you with these documents, city man. Tell us we're in the wrong, I dare you. Because we're not. The older dwarf joins in. Take a step back and check it out. Let's see what's actually going on here. Wrong voice. take a step back and check it out. Let's see what's actually going on here. I keep wanting to make intelligence more evil. You can examine certain items in your inventory to access unique dialogues. Okay, I'll take a look. So Gazoon height, babe. Tool of the Arcane Cleric, an instrument of the state used to handle rogue spellcasters. The cover indicates it is a spell book with hymns dedicated to the river, Torna, Earth's Passing, and the Reconquest. This one's yours. You spent years perfecting it. Most pages are smudged. It feels terrible to even think about the knowledge lost. You need to get it rebound. -1 intelligence and wisdom. A formal permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to parse. It's quite light, some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about the political rally in the Circle Square. Magazine, a periodical publication generally containing short stories, adverts, investigative journalism, and or erotica. Hell yeah. Oh. Am I lagging out again? No, okay, that's just Twitch being bad. Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by the signature Tolstad Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. Darrow, one of the original Earthfolk houses to found Norvik with Earth. The bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Examine it in detail. You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It is perfect, not a single error. Except the date. It says the rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document's perfectly legal, but it is expired. Look at the dates. Yeah, it's expired. Okay. Have I seen this kind of document before? Never. They must be rare. Stop looking. Mr. City Man, what do you want this time? About the rally. What about it? I checked out the papers. Return the paper. Takes a breath. Alright, what did you find out, City Man? Yeah, these papers expired like last week. Takes the papers and shakes his head. With a groaning mother's, I know, but the date's just a mistake, you see? I personally had this signed by the magistrate 2 days ago, after this supposed expiry date. Happens. He grunts. Dwarf shouts into the amphitheater. Doesn't matter. Whether Darrow fucked us or not, we're here, and they can't make us leave. He gives you a menacing glare. And I hope for your sake that you're not the sorry lad she's hired to do the deed. I'm just here to observe. Spits on the ground. Fan's cap. Fan's cap, a dwarven word meaning something along the words of devilry. Common curse word. Devil, lawful evil fiend. They are lawyers, sword traders, and either the most efficient type of leaders or the worst type of middle managers. The numbers dwindling as of late, but in the Blood City Bay they rule supreme. That was a swear word. You could tell because of the way he said it. You're so right, Wisdom. Whoopsie. That was a misclick. About the rally. Alright. So what's this rally about exactly? He grunts. Guilds. For decades there's been collective bargaining between Norvikian workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about Earth, but he kept a tight leash on the upper class of the city. Damn right he did. Blessed be his name. The leash was bad for the city. Now we can grow exponentially. Damn right he did. Yeah. But look, it ain't the same since his death. The Free Striders have burrowed into every darn power structure, from paperboys to bookbinders. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. They said Free Striderism would make the city rich. I say it makes its people poor. You're so right. We need change.
So you're here to convince a bunch of Tolstad workers to vote for the Asgulus party?
More or less, yeah. It's also about the spirit of community. Together we can fight against the purchasers of our labor. Alone we are brittle as a twig. In the
older dwarf pipes up. A twig in the wind? No, that's not good enough. Like a twig in a fireplace. Twig in the wind's pretty catchy. How about as brittle as a boar with rabies? That's good, right? Alright, we're about to have an ad break, so we're going to go ahead and run that. And hopefully things stabilize, because stream's acting weird. And welcome back, everybody. Twitch did not like me refreshing my stream in the middle of the ad break. But I think we've stabilized. I think things are going alright. Okay. So, like a twig in the fireplace, like a twig in the wind. Brittle as a boar with rabies. See, boars aren't brittle, even with rabies. I think twig in the wind is actually the most catchy. Thanks! Gives you a thumbs up.
Anyway, rally will be a success. We just need to get rid of the orc. So we can call out to all workers of this magnificent city,
He exclaims, as if there's a crowd around him.
Vote! Vote with your guts, with your manhood at stake. You too, Mr. City Man.
Alright, good luck fighting tyrants.
Thank you, Mr. City Man. Appreciate it.
Got some buckets around here. Nork observed you with great interest. Something's inside this old vase.
Incense. Sure, I might need that at some point. Let's go talk to the orc lady. Behold, she's strength-based. Ooh, I rolled decent. Orc Fellfolk, level 4 fighter. A traveler, she's not settled here. Her belief is weak, she does not use it. Her religion is power. Is she evil? No. Perhaps an arbitrary arm of an institution, but no mere puppet. She has strength and charisma, and that's about it. Let's talk.
On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. Looks like she's waiting for something or someone.
She hides it well, but the orc is stressed. Perhaps it has to do with the dwarves.
Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile. Her tusks are gleaming. Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well.
You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve, a heart with the initials of the Norwegian Freestrider Regiment.
What's this? Not often we get Earthguard around here. She presents her palm to you.
Veer is my name. I'm second in command guild agent of Tolstad.
Nice to meet you.
Do not grab her hand. That is not what that is.
I'm Ragan. I'm Helm. I'm the cleric, actually. Names and labels aren't important. Helm's an interesting name. Everyone in my head likes my helmet, so let's go with that. I'm Helm.
Helm, intriguing.
She should be afraid.
She shoots you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything. I'm here on important business. Business, you say? She leans in and squints at you. Fascinating. Perhaps I can be of service, Earthguard. For your business. Tell me what you know about the tea shop. The tea shop that blew up, she says dramatically. Sounds like a magazine tale. I heard it was an accident. The Post mentioned it in passing. Minor mishap. I believe that was the quote. Although from what people tell me, it was quite the explosion. Quite. So you weren't in the area? No, I was on the North Wall. Company business. North Wall, one of the 5 districts in Norvik, known as the Industrial District for its many factories built along the river. This is where you live. Anyone who calls it the North Wall is probably not a local. Everyone who is cool just calls it North Wall. Just North Wall. The sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall instead of just North Wall. She looks inland. Inland, a term for travel along towards the endless wastes, away from the coast. I did see the smoke. It was a clear day. What do you think was the cause, Earthguard? Maybe it was the tea leaves. The leaves? Maybe they caught on fire, since they're so dry and also leaves. Interesting theory. I've yet to hear of tea leaf able to cause such a blast. Find one, let me know. Will do. Hold on, are you here to investigate the tea shop? Don't answer that. She has no control over you. She's a free strider, so why run? Nah. But actually, she says, holding out her hands, maybe. Is that a maybe yes? Nice weather we're having. Are you here for the tea shop? You look lovely today. Thank you. Are you here to investigate the tea shop? I'm here to do business. With the tea shop, the one that blew up? The master of speechcraft. You can do nothing! Sure. We'll try to sneak away. Nat 20! Look over there! Quick! A distraction! By gods, what is that over there? Huh? York looks over her shoulder. Go! Now! Drag, that's not what natural means. That's not what it means. Also, I have a -2. I got a total of 18. This isn't combat? Yeah. And this game's obviously using the variant rule that a lot of people use, that a nat 20 is an auto success. It's a homebrew rule, but it is a widely adopted homebrew rule. As the orc is distracted and confused by your masterful exclamation, you exit the dialogue utterly silently, like a cat in the dusk. By the time she's done looking at the false horror you pointed out, you're already gone. Like a ghost. You'll probably have to go back to her if you want to complete the quest. But at least you avoided her question. Master at work. Brilliant. We did it. Yay. Braxo Pencilwing is a devil. Okay. I think I might be able to reroll after a break. The goblin garden's ahead. You feel it. Nature seeps through the cracks. Alright. Phoenix Folio. Fix your Siren spellbook, damn it. Circle square. What is that? Circle square conflict. An orc and a bunch of dwarves are in a deadlock. The dwarves want to hold a rally and the orc is sent to stop them. Alphaz says they have legal rights to hold their rally. Okay. Oopsie. Can I scroll out even more? There's a kitty. A black cat. On the ledge overlooking the gardens, you spot a black cat. Greetings, who might you be? The black cat lifts its head. Its dark eyes squint at you for a second, sniffs the air, and then ignores you again. It knows more than it lets on. Wisdom comes not from knowing when to act, or wisdom comes from knowing when to act and when to not. The cat does not care for you in the slightest. Pet it or something? I don't know. If you wish to hold a proper conversation with the magnificent creature, you'll need to find the first level spell, Speak with Animals. Speak with Animals, a first level divination spell, grants you the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. These conversations can be surprisingly insightful. Pet the cat. Hell yeah, Tommy. We're gonna pet the cat. Reach forward towards the pet cat's head. It meets your palm and nuzzles up against it. What a sense of divine validation. Good pet. It appears to have enjoyed the pet. Was that the Shadow of a Dragon? Was it? Alright. Well, I can't ask it any more questions. There is a child here. I can consume the incense to gain back a first level spell slot. Interesting. Or I can use it to recover spell slots. I don't know if I do that by eating it. Can pet cat, good game? Yeah. Hello, Gremlin. How are you? Ooh. Old faded posters nailed to the wall. They're unreadable. Actually, readable posters. They're still kind of old. Your eyes land on the series of papers nailed to the wooden facade. Some of them are torn or unintelligible. A few catch your attention.
You should rip them to shreds. That'd be fun.
Look at the flyer with the owl on it. Look at the one that says grand opening. Look at the poster with the faded green hammer. Rip up the posters and tear them down to shreds like a good man. Look at the poster with the faded green hammer. A sun-faded symbol covers most of the large poster. It's a hammer printed with green ink. Asculus,
those who share the plight of the common folk. Gather ye workers, Asgal said, no gods above, no king below, only folk. Asglis rally on the 22nd of March, TS Circle Square up. Alright. An quote-unquote empty barrel. Money! Oh, yeah, that was like a dragon. Yakuza. How's the ebb? It's going good. I'm enjoying it so far. Overgrown, ancient, sort of interesting. Garden monument. Embedded in the earth, you find a weather-bitten stone in the shape of a spiral. Its edges are worn down, smooth almost, and behind you lies the head of what was once a snail statue. Whatever god of symbolism this once denoted, time has ground it down. It is a monument to nothing now. There's something here. But can you understand it? Its purpose? Tell me your secrets. No response. Tell me your secrets, damn it. Punch the monument. Your fist makes contact with the surface. A crack follows, along with a shooting pain up your arm and spreading through your fingers. The crack came from the rock. Lifting your fist, you realize you've left a minor crack in the surface. You're alright, Rock, you're alright. Or, it's not fair. It's not fair. The rock stares at you menacingly, but a piece of it fell off from your violent act. Pick up the shard. Put it in your patch. Shard of Jor. Wait, you damaged it with your fist. The stone is very brittle. Shard of Jor. A bright rock. It fits in your hand nicely. These can be found all over Norvik, and some speculate they are shards of Jor's pillar. To the untrained hands, they have no inherent value, but you might use these to alter fate itself. Ah, I can spend these to get new rolls. Interesting. I'm surprised I cannot talk to the lady. In Norvik, a pipe like this could lead anywhere. Ooh. Divine Shrine, unattended for decades. Something's inside this old vase. Well, don't mind if I do. More stuff. Alright. Yeah, 9 out of 10 HP. I do have an apple. Oh, I guess I need to talk to... Snell! A forest goblin. This goblin gets shit done, no matter the odds. Okay. You find a goblin standing at the tip of Tolstad. His clothes are fit for a Reedsian trader, and his haircut is for an Ascani nobleman. A superficial fellow. Behind him, the vast view of the mouth of River Torna. Let me guess, you're a cleric?
Taking you for granted, this goblin needs to learn humility.
Yes, I am the cleric, that's me. No, I'm not. Any business.
I think it might be entirely my business.
No, I'm not.
No? Alright, then fuck off.
I think actually He groans and looks back at you. He is both tired and annoyed. I was kidding. I am actually the cleric.
Hilarious.
He shakes his head.
I'm Snell, runner and handler of the HWBT. Old lady's been waiting for you.
The old lady must be his chieftain, the matriarch of his tribe. Treat the goblin kindly. This is the beginning of a great cultural cooperation and effort. HWBT, old lady, squat down. No! Nice to meet you, Snell. Perform a traditional goblin salute. That might also be unfortunate.
Raise your arms in the air as one should do when greeting an uncivilized tribal goblin.
What the fuck are you doing?
Cleric, what are you doing?
Lower your hands, I'm sorry. The goblin clears his throat. The goblin looks around, clearly struggling to find the right words. Sleep deprived. Exasperated, more like. Okay, right. How goes Fantasy Disco Elysium? It goes well. I insulted a goblin's culture. Head down to the garden throne, but, he waves his claw towards you. What's all this? You look like a human shit. You've been floating around in the banks of a river. Your uniform shows it. He's making a playful jab. Don't worry about it.
Good gall. You should teach him a lesson.
I fell into the river. He gives a shocked laugh. Wait, really? It's fine. Somebody fished me out. Huh. Lucky you, I suppose. Just, dust yourself off. The dragon's waiting. Trust me, you don't want to disappoint her. Even further. Tell me more about this lady. Sure, for starters, she's the most powerful woman in Norvik. And considering there was an explosion yesterday right in the middle of her territory, I think it's about time you just do your damn job, cleric. Okay, lead me to her. Good. But just to make it perfectly clear, there's some ground rules. Don't say anything stupid. Don't climb the trees. Stay away from the edges, and, he grins, showing off his polished fangs. Enjoy the garden, cleric. Don't understand how I could mess up this badly. I'm very talented. The goblin scurries down the stairs. He seems to be in a hurry. He's nervous. That makes you nervous.
Your body trembles. Tell her what she wants to hear, and you'll be fine.
You look over the river. The cold Ascani wind seeps through the cracks in your helmet. Follow him down the stairs.
You do so with a great stride.
Yeah, sure. Down, 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 down. Quack. Down, 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 down. Quack, quack. Oh, what's this? Can I see it?
The sacred river fights against the red rock.
These railings follow the Safety Council standards of 22. Dark smell from below. Do I want to examine anything else up here first? I have money now. Earth crowns, the official currency minted in the Norvik Riksbank. Silver coins are most valuable along the River Torna, as the Norvikian River Reach offers its support to trade and general commerce. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go in. I don't know how much the game's going to remember the passage of time. Goblin Garden.
Your stomach twists. Beware her illusion.
The dragon herself. Dragon these nuts. Lady Sage Leave. Behold with wisdom. Oh, that's good. Well, I rolled poorly, but... Force Goblin, level 18 chieftain. Something's very wrong. Her eyes are striking your soul. Hold on to that feeling or you'll be consumed. Oh, there's a DC 30 thing at the very bottom. Do your job, you mean cast low-level healing spells to mend scrapes and bruises? Yeah. See? Alright. You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glows illuminating the trunk of the great tree, its roots reaching far below, its branches holding on to the dirt ceiling above. Ah, she's fantastic. On the throne sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it is threatening. Her eyes follow you with an intensity, reminds you of a certain pale man.
So this is the dragon. Yeah, I can see it. Her glare's horrific.
Cleric of Narvik, of earth and river. Her shrill voice echoes through the chamber. She's talking to you. You're the cleric. I was assured by your masters. The top brass of the palace itself. Her words are tainted and stained.
Her voice causes you to shiver.
They told me a cleric of the highest standing would arrive within the hour. So tell me, human. You should run. No, wait, you can't. But you should.
The minion. She has control here.
Why am I sitting here waiting?
Tread lightly. You need her on your side. Make sure she knows you're on hers. Every word you say here could have a profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours. I had an accident. It's only been a day. My apologies, lady. My masters are idiots, but I'm here now. Don't worry. I will... Ooh, do I apologize? I think I apologize. My apologies, lady. Her frown turns into a weary expression.
Whatever.
She does not feel like mulling you now. You're dancing on a fine line. Hers is a frightful presence. Do not become frightened. Oh, here we go. Come on, Tummy. Yeah. You brace yourself, your entire being, as you meet her glare. With tremble and innards you resist. She lifts her chin.
You stand. Good.
She's not impressed, just happy you did not completely lose your mind. The dragon leans on her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan.
It's vexing to watch my streets descend so far. Are you even aware, cleric? A local business caught up in an inferno. In the middle of the day, right on Pillar Road. My road.
She roars, and you stay in your ground.
And yet Magistrate Darrow, she spits out the name like a curse word, he alone believes the Halfway Bridge tribe does not have jurisdiction over this particular location.
She appears to have been stewing over this annoyance for some time.
Why does Darrow say that?
Because he's a fool born of nepotism and alcohol.
Sick burn. And where exactly is the tea shop located? She glares at you.
It is, or was, rented out of a corner of the central fort, just above the holes next to the pillar.
The holes, a common slang for the central spire of apartments in Tolstad. The lower ones are less fancy. She snaps her fingers towards the goblin to her right.
That means it's part of the core foundation of the island fortress. Therefore, that property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, bowing his head. Lady. My people have been handling that damn crow's contract for years. But no, suddenly when the entire unit goes up in flames, that's when my people no longer have the right to enter the premise, to deal with it, to clean up even. No, suddenly it's the city's business, and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple.
Sounds shady. Her sharp glare stabs you.
Normal business in Norvik. And don't get me started on the actual effect this has on my people. Snell,
she says and continues to... She beckons towards the comely goblin. Comely? Comely? I don't know how that word's pronounced. He approaches the roots and takes a bow.
Lady Sageleaf.
Then he turns to you.
The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. They've yet to send anyone in the to actually investigate the scene.
How can know that? You should trust the magistrate. You want to check it out yourselves. You want to check it out yourselves.
Of course.
The lady glances at him, to which he responds by making a nervous face. He is embarrassed.
The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks.
Who are the injured?
We only managed to get one name in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with lesser burns.
That's the sort of prefix used by Earthfolk. A human, most likely. That ain't a real name.
He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said, quote, he looked like one of them dungeoneers you hear, a real adventuring man, end quote. Another said he was looking to get out of trouble, heading right down the stairs to Water Lane.
Dungeon or Water Lane?
Both sound like trouble.
Frank, son of Frank, a dungeoneer, down to Water Lane, fancy yellow outfit. Was he inside at the time? Why was he there? Where is he now? Fancy yellow outfit?
I'm assuming some kind of Reedsian fashion.
Where is he now?
We don't know.
They have not located the man despite major efforts. You just let him leave. Do you know anything? Sounds like you were handed a tough hand. Did he have a pet monkey perchance? So true. And how curious was his pet monkey? Curiouser and curiouser.
So it's like you were handed a tough hand. Yeah. Although one of the militia members mentioned him just calmly walking away down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing or somewhere else. We don't know. Why was he there? We don't know. He's annoyed to have to answer that question. Okay. Anything else you do know? Snell gives a nervous look to his master before answering. We have theories, but we need proof. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun, cleric. Secrets in the ashes. Corruption. Madness. She claws at her wooden throne. Politics. Bureaucracy wears her down. This is clearly work of a rogue spellcaster. Someone who cannot go unpunished. A spell would indeed be the only logical answer to such destruction. A rogue spellcaster? Isn't there an anti-magic task force we can call on for that? Why, yes there is, she exclaims. She points with a sharp finger. You! The Arcane Clerics of Earthgod, one of the few authorized spellcaster groups in this city, often used as a task force in esoteric events, accidents, and magical assaults. The lady clears her throat loudly. Everyone holds their breath when she speaks. I formally declare a joint venture. The Halfway Bridge tribe and the Earthguard city clerics shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm the peace. No creature, foul or fair, shall escape my rage. The words seep out of her maw, burning into the air. Oh, we're getting raided! Raid, 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 raid. The Duster Devotion is here. Give us your sawdust. I don't have any sawdust. I ate it all already. It fortifies my food. Hello Raiders, my name is Mivlia. I am the Trans Punk Skunk Extraordinaire. This is my venue. I'm a variety streamer, streaming whatever, whenever. We've been on a big mystery game kick as of late, and right now we are playing Esoteric Ebb, a spiritual sequel to Disco Elysium that has been very good so far. Basically, what if you took Disco Elysium's politics and voices speaking from within you and applied it to Dungeons and Dragons style stats. Everyone make sure you check out Builder. Builder is lovely and a fellow punk and awesome. And I would raid more often, but Subnautica is scary. I gotta raid you at some point, Builder. I'll get you back at some point. Miv never saw dust. She did actually, but mistook them for mountains. I'm not small. Hi, hi, hi. How you doing? Give the alchemists their due credit. They absolutely could have blown out a tea shop. It's true. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She is theirs to serve. Nod solemnly. She looks upon you with a grim expression. The goblin is worried. Her hope is that you step it up and take on this investigation properly. Her fear is that you will screw it up legendarily. Snell, she says, waving towards him. Is Snell going to be our Kim Kitsuragi? Yes, Lady Sageleaf, he says, bowing his head. You are the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Ooh la la, complimented by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. A goblin and a cleric. Together you will have access to both Upper and Lower Tolstad. You're going to have the pretty boy around? Damn, I thought this was going to be fun. Alright, if I have to do Snell's voice constantly, I might not be going for this scratchy goblin voice. I might give him something more, I don't know, something else. You finished Motor Slice today. How was that? Hope you enjoyed it. I've been seeing a bunch of people play it lately. His expression is that of shock. He did not expect this. Dragon of Tolstad completed. Do not disappoint me, Snell. I'm a new member to the party. He ignores you. Goblin takes a deep bow. Let's see. Alright, what's another voice I could give this guy? Pretty boy goblin. Yes, Lady Sageleaf. Your will be done. The evil forces at work will be vanquished. Huzzah! The mystery of the tea shop shall be uncovered. At your service, lady. Sage life, tape goblins. The mystery of the tea shop shall be uncovered. The sooner the better. First priority is the tea shop. We need to gain access. Your new goblin companion gives you a quick wave. Let's go, cleric. One friend. Unlock Snell as a companion. Snell has joined you as a companion. You can speak with him if you need help finding your way around Tilstad. The lady is keeping information from you. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. It was good, but the ending left you with a lot of questions. Sometimes that can be good when something leaves you with questions, but sometimes it can be frustrating, so I hope it comes out for the best. How do I gain access to the tea shop? Talk to your boss, Zaro. Or, I guess he's not your direct boss or whatever, but you'll need to get an audience with him if you want to get inside the tea shop. And we should also look for that witness. Yeah, our Frank dressed in yellow. He winces. Gods, that's funny. Either over on Water Lane or down in the city below. The port or the dungeon. I suggest the port, since it's slightly less life-threatening, generally speaking. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. Neat. You approach your companion. Let's get on with it. Remind me, what are we doing here again? I have some stuff to take care of myself. So what's your position in all this? Where do I sleep tonight? Let's go. Oh no, not again. Oh jeez, I don't need to have a sleeping issue again. There are some books up here that might be useful. Let's go to Snell. Tending the garden. Be back after lunch. Nissan. And ask of ingredients. You can surely take some. Well. Apple. Incense. Potted mushroom. Cultivated by someone skilled. Swamp extract. Ooh, 3 HP. They're probably not mind. They're not mind altering, probably. All right, let's eat an apple so that my health can be topped off again. And then I think that was it. That was in here. All right, up we go. Come on, Snell. Up 2. There's that devil there. I don't know if I want to talk to them. Ooh, there's something up with this tree. A tree rising far above shows a show of nature's true force. You look up the branches of the bracken tree. It stands tall in the garden, towering over you. Bracken, an Ascani tree known for its impervious nature. Sometimes called ironwood, the Elysium forest holds the largest collection of bracken in the world. Elysium, an ancient elven empire, now a shell of its former self. Once ruled by Elysium the Mender, a walking god who signed a treaty with Earth. The Great Woodsland stands as the border between Ascan and Reeds. Reeds, one of the 8 bands along the coast. It's a temperate land it's a temperate land of low land and many lakes, commonly seen as the homeland of humans. Large portions are still cursed, holding entire ended cities, eternally burning valleys, and floating mountains. Nature's reaching tall and deep. These roots go below the city, nay, even below the river. Touch the tree. Your hand lands firmly on the bark. Connecting with the natural world. Well done. Look up at the branches above. Wind causes the leaves to dance. Wait, between the branches high above. Is that a hole in the bark? A hollow, just wide enough for you to stick your hand inside. Something glimmers in there.
treasure in a bird's nest. You have a feeling this could end really badly. Then again, a risk reward, right?
It could cause great physical harm if you fell from that height, and heights are scary.
The branch shudders in the sudden gust. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'd suggest not doing that. You look away. Not worth doing. Good boy. A good boy. I need to land on a voice. I cannot do this rel for him the whole time. I will kill my voice if I do so. Alright, there's a path here I can take, but let's go into the town proper. Bikes? Okay, I wasn't expecting that, but okay. A bike line. One bike stands out to you. Oh, it is yellow, yeah. Handful of bicycles are stationed on a local rack. Bicycle, a tool for the common man to reach distances efficiently and safely. An invaluable tool for an egalitarian society.
Bicycle. Bikes are nice.
Love you, Constitution. I'm glad you're here for this. Bike racks are stationed in many places around the city, usually in locales with lots of stairs. There's a stillness here, an uncommon sight in the heart of the city.
Not a lot of bikes. The usual commuters are probably too scared to head past the tea shop.
This particular bike is yours. Where's the key?
Not here. Don't go wandering around looking for your key. It's just a bike.
Could getting the key be a quest?
That does sound like a quest you would get. Find the missing key, the mystery of the bike key. Something like that could be perfect.
No quest to be found here. Just sadness.
Damn.
The key's probably at the bottom of the river, along with the rest of your dignity. Hold on, when exactly did I come to Tolstad? On the 21st of March, evening. Then you fell.
This is as far as you came.
The pain, sudden and striking.
The hair on the back of your neck stands on end as you sense the sudden shift.
This is where I fell in the river. Goblin glances over to the broken fence. Interesting. You must have had quite a lot to drink if you took a stumble like that. I do not consume alcohol. One hell of a fall, too. Someone must have attacked me. I'm going to go with someone must have attacked me. Maybe. Gives you a curious expression. Big stretch.
The expression says, "How the hell are you alive?"
Considering everything, we better play it cool. It's fine. You got my back, right? He chuckles.
Nervously.
Of course, cleric. He needs you alive. Glances down at the river once more.
With a hint of fear.
You lean in and take a closer look. The rusty chain seems brittle, but wrapped so hard around the tire that it would be annoying to get it off even if you had the key. Why would you wrap it like this?
You should take better care of this magnificent bike.
Wait, this is my bike? Yes, you fool. Keep up. Gained 5 experience. Sure is. Best way to travel Norvik, except, of course, on this godforsaken island fortress. Stop looking at the bike. Okay. We got a lady here. And some trash cans. And a dead end. Zerba B.E. Constitution. 21. Oh, look at all this information. Dwarf Exile, level 1 service worker, lawful neutral. A girl born from an Asgalist wave. In an Asgal household, come from a fallen Asgal state. She's an Asgalist. Dangerously shy. She needs good friends and better mentors. That is not you, by the way. She has a bright future ahead of her. No matter the path she ends up pushed along into, alas, her agency is nowhere to be found. Not that she is looking for it. This is what their movement needs, all movements. A shy and terrified witness who will, at each turn, ask everyone around her to rethink their rash decisions. Extremely annoying, but nonetheless, very, very good for society. Alright, let's talk to her.
Where is she?
dwarven girl gazes around the halfway bridge before her eyes land on you. She says nothing for a while, just staring at you, no real reaction on her face. Citizen? She looks around, clearly nervous. You are worrying her by your presence alone. Potentially by something else as well. I'm waiting for a friend, but she hasn't shown up yet. Getting worried. I can help with that. Get excited about a potential yet very minor quest. Oh, okay. Do we really have time for this? Snell whispers to you. She fidgets with her hands and clears her throat. The girl is neurotic and introverted. That's a mean way of phrasing it, but it's true. Her body language reveals all too much. She has glasses. She wears a green coat. She's human, but not that much taller than me. We were supposed to meet up here, but she hasn't shown up yet. I'll go look for your friend with glasses. Thanks. I don't spend much time on Tolstad alone, so I'm a bit lost. So, thanks. Alright. Human, green cloak, glasses. Ooh, more stuff. Yay. I love how people just leave money in barrels. Very important. That's our tea shop, I would say. Actually, empty barrels. I'm just going to look around real quick. There's our big pillar. Trash receptacle, mostly stacked with old zines. Zines? I don't know how people pronounce it. There's a green cloaked woman, but I don't know if she's the one we're looking for. I want to help the nice shy dwarf lady. Alright, I guess we'll check the tea shop. It's important. The tea shop. Amidst scorch marks and cracked masonry, you approach a doorway. There are several planks blocking the passage. The tea shop, what a mess. Take a peek inside. Graham, do you not like the voices? Yeah, you can come say hi to everyone. Up you go. Up he goes. Graham is here. Is in tribute to Ba Rael, the Imperial Lord of Storage, leaving coins in otherwise empty containers to reduce the odds of someone stealing your stuff. That's funny. I like that. Hi, Graham. What you doing up here, baby boy? You saying hi to everyone? Yeah. Powerful force left these marks. He was having a cozy little nap, but then he got up. He did that. Gwammy, Gwammy, Gwam. That's him. Mwah. Kiss him on the booty. Graham, please don't sit on the keyboard. Okay, you can sit right in front of the keyboard, and I will push the keyboard away. Sure, buddy. If that's where you want to be. Fastened with several nails, you also see a paper. Goblin clears his throat and begins reading the bold letters at the top of the paper. Coin Lords meet updated. Oh, that's my mission. City notice, no trespassing. Coin Lord, the magistrates handling minting, trade, financing of public works and titles. Currently held by Nicholas Darrow in the Tolstad district. That doesn't include me, does it? He shrugs. I'm no expert in city law, but... Your companion suddenly kicks the planks, sending a subtle ripple of blue energy around his foot. Sending a third-level evocation spell commonly used as direct communication between powerful individuals, city-states, or arcanists. The Norvikian Sending Office employs many clerics for the express purpose of casting sending across the coast. Yeah, he's your baby boy. You think I wouldn't sneak in myself if I could? Sealed. You ain't getting in without magistrate approval. Is the magistrate going to be our Everard Clare? Touch the planks. As you do, subtle ripples of blue energy appear around your gloved hand. It's sealed. As you move away your hand, the faint aura shimmers in the dark, translucent blue and then fades away. Yep. Tea shop that blew up updated. Just standing near the door makes it clear that there's a locking spell cast on it. Standard procedure for crime scenes. Rude to lock people out. Crime scenes should be public viewing. Massive amount of strength need to break in. What kind of place at this? Look beyond the planks. Yeah, what can we see beyond? Catch a glimpse of the still shadows beyond. A counter. Fallen wooden beams. A larger interior space covered in soot and burnt furniture. This place is a mess. A scorched mess. Turn to Snell. The tea shop that blew up, eh? You sure did. That's one hell of a blast, but the structure's still standing. The masonry is modern. Clearly the work of dwarven engineering. Looks like shit, but boy can it take a hit. Disliking dwarven architecture is very hip these days. Yeah, baby, you're a baby. You want kisses? Mwah. Mwah. Yeah. You were clingy this morning too because you threw up, and then I cleaned up your throw up, and then you wanted to cuddle because you felt bad about throwing up. You probably threw up because you ate hair. You keep doing that. It's not good for you. Alright, I should leave now. He threw up? He threw up a little bit. Ooh. Can I... Maybe I need to be closer. There was a spot where... There we go. The corner of Norvik, still standing great in the Great Era. Big fan. So we've got a mill here as well, presumably. Can I... Sometimes. Come on. God damn it. There we go. Something stuck on the roller mill blades. Oh, is it? There is. There's like a sword. Come on. Looking over the ledge and towards the roller mill's blades, you see them spinning as per usual. Except, in one of them, there's something stuck. You see a rod. A fancy thing, decorated. How did it end up here?
An esoteric event?
Interesting. Thanks, Smarts. It appears you've spotted something interesting. That design is quite easy to spot among the mass-produced Arcane-era magic items. Arcane-era, the fourth of the five eras, when the Arcanists rose and dominated the entire coast, only to fall when the Coast War crumbled the Empire to dust. Era. Modern scholars divide our history on Jor into 5 eras. They use canonically important events as starting points for these eras, although this is easier when the Arcanists of old Dimenor still had a common consensus. Not everyone agrees the so-called post-war era has even begun, let alone that that's what it should be called. The post-war era, our current era, has lasted 27 years. The name was chosen in Reeds. The name is subject to change. Old Dimenor. A term for Dimenor, often used to refer to the band before it was named Reeds, during the end of the Coast War capitulation agreements. Post-Coast War capitulation agreements. Some say it with sarcasm, some say it with pride, some say it with fear. Old Dimenor today is called Reeds. They changed the name because, well, the entire band was pretty fucked up after the Coast War. It's an immovable rod. What are you looking at? An immovable rod. Yes. Are they rare? No, uncommon. Though they can be quite useful as long as an esoteric force, as long as long as the esoteric forces upon them have not waned. However, why it is lodged inside a roller mill blade, that is a more fascinating inquiry. Wait, wouldn't it be dangerous to try and grab it? You would die. You could eat. Well, you could die, yes. So maybe you shouldn't. Advantage. Snell wouldn't want you to fall. Ooh, nope. Okay. You reach out, leaning as far as you can, and... No, wait. Cleric. Oh, no. You missed the rod, but... In the process of falling, you landed right on the blade of the roller mill. How did you even... Help me, Snell! What do you want me to do? Sprout fucking wings? Beyond the water, on the ridge of an ancient passage of Dorian stone, stands a young girl. Next to her, the mother. The child points towards the roller mill, exclaiming, "Mother, look, a cleric." "He's right in the mill." The mother responds with a sigh. "Yes, yes," she tells her daughter. "Come, we have to get home for dinner." I need to make strength jump off. Just wanted the thing. I don't care. Just try to jump off or something. Just do the right timing, okay? Will you catch me? What? Goblin cannot hear you when the wheel is turned away from him. Look, just do what I say. On the next spin, jump. Is there nothing else I can try? No? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna wait until we're in the right position, just in case. And jump. Uh-oh. You clench every muscle in your body, stare at the ledge, the opportunity. The mill blade spins up to the perfect point and... No, I can't do it. Your body doesn't listen, nor does your mind, lacking courage. It is shaken as the mill rolls past once more. Come on, you gotta do it. I can't. You can't just stay up there. Don't be a coward. Coward. A word rings in your head. Coward. No. I took damage from being a coward. Alright, attempt to jump off again. There we go. Oh, we just made it. The roller mill spins and spins. Take a deep breath. Your arms clenched in the side of the mill blade. Your opportunity slowly approaching. The goblin waits with trepidation and takes a step back. You leap through the air. Far, but not far enough. Cleric? At least for a graceful landing. At least I keep rolling ones on my d4. Before you die by being called a coward, yeah. Body slams hard against the hard wall. Your gloved hands clutching on the ledge. Pull yourself up, rolling over the side. The goblin helps you as well as he can. Okay, close one. You okay? Wheeze and spit through your helmet. It hurts, but you live. As you stand up, you realize something falls to the ground. The rod. It landed with a thud on the stony walkway. Oh, when did you grab that? I'm not sure. Check out the rod. It's a hard wooden frame with fancy iron. I keep going back to Snell's old voice. I need to give him the voice. It's a hard wooden frame with a fancy iron set piece on each end. Along the handle is a button. However, it appears permanently pressed down. Oh, it's a removable rod. I've seen one of those before. I don't think it's supposed to move though, right? Investigate it. A quick swipe of your hand reveals its magical nature. The tingle. However, the item's clearly broken. Broken how? Try giving it to the goblin. Hand it over. Huh? Goblin grabs the rod, let go. As you do, the goblin holds it alone. Yeah. It's really light. It's esoteric, clearly. Try tossing it in the air. He shrugs. Okay. He tosses his hand up, and the rod does not leave his palm. What? He mutters and tries to let go of the magic item. I can't. It's like I'm glued to it. What the hell? Here, take it back. The goblin hands it over to you without a problem. He looks perplexed. Try touching it against the ground. As you do, it gets stuck on the ground, obviously. It's a broken immovable rod. It's a movable rod? Sure. Huh? Whatever object it touches last, the rod will be esoterically locked and aligned with. It cannot be moved once it touches an object until it comes in contact with a second object. What constitutes an object in this case? That would be an esoteric designation, usually determined by belief or common esoteric forces, a set of rules left by Jor. In this case, it seems to indicate a dynamic object connected via mass. Were you to cut off your arm, that arm would be a new object. Were you to place that arm on the ground, it is not a new object. But were you to, for example, staple the arm to the ground via pitons, then it could potentially constitute as part of the ground, depending on how harsh the defining forces are about the particular case. Either way, there's no real use in defining the rules right now. Oh, my snoozes are back. Okay, that's good. Well, we're actually about to wrap up, so I'm going to use a snooze, and we are going to basically wrap up here once we're done with the immovable rod. Either way, there's no real use in defining those rules right now, but it would be interesting for further study at a later date. You know how it works? It's stuck to one thing, and then when it touches a new thing, it's stuck to that instead. Got it. You're so smart. Well done. Fuck off. Look, it's clearly useless. But now you know. So what can this be used for? Used? Oh, nothing. Quite literally used to stick. Really? Well, if used very carefully, it could be a bookend. Was it worth it? Move on. Eh. I mean, no. Right. I'm sure I'll have a use for it. Yeah. Movable rod. +1 dexterity. Whoops. You'd say that's an accessory. Okay. I will have that on so that my dexterity is not quite as bad. And I will... Boop. Save the game. Create a new save file. Sure. That works for me. Toolstad day 1 at 11:23. Alright. This has been our first foray into Esoteric Ebb. I hope you all had a good time watching. I'm excited to see what happens next. We started it today. We're going to do it more tomorrow. And then I'm going to be alternating it with more Graveyard Keeper. I don't know whether I'm going to do 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, or I'm going to do like 4 days and then 4 days. We'll see. I'll figure it out. As always, you guys can follow me on Blue Sky or join the Discord. They are both great places. I always post when I'm going live, and I try to be supportive of fellow streamers. And if you guys wouldn't mind, grab yourselves a raid message. We'll go raid somebody. I don't know who yet, but we will raid somebody. So let's go see quickly before the ads run. Fawn's playing Minecraft. Cookie's playing Civ. Is anyone else doing anything interesting? Key's doing Satisfactory. Astral Hammer's doing Valheim. Excuse me. Shiny Zaru is doing some sort of talk show / podcast. Interesting. I think let's raid. Let's raid Cookie. I think that's what I want to do today. People that I'm following. Raid Cookie. Looks like she's doing a collab with Noelle and some other people. So, alright. I have never played a Civ game. Okay, I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. And yeah, bye. Bye-bye.